Welcome to the Field of 68 After Dark's YouTube channel. We are going to be live every Tuesday and Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time right here on YouTube and on Stadium for the entirety of the spring.
I mean, the Dustbuster's getting it done, right? He's cleaning up right now. These old Dustbusters. You remember the old Dustbusters? That's what Dusty May's doing right now. He's just cleaning up. He's just vacuuming up these transfers, getting in the portal, getting shit done. And no, he's done a good job. Here's why. Not only has he assembled a good group, but he's assembled, to me, a group that fits together so far. You know, and that's the key to me is obviously they're going to be better than they were a year ago. It's hard not to be. I mean, it was a disaster in Ann Arbor under Juwan Howard the last couple of years. But I think what Dusty's done is he's got momentum. You know, Trey Donaldson's a tough, hard-nosed kid who came from Auburn. Maybe not a traditional point guard, but if you surround him with enough shooters, enough pieces, and he shot it pretty well last year. I'm still not convinced he's a 40% three-point shooter. But Danny Wolf, skilled from Yale, big man, 6'11", 7 feet. Obviously, Roddy Gale's proven as a wing scorer at Ohio State. Sam Walters can really shoot the crap out of the ball. He shot almost 40% in his 1 year at Alabama. And then Reuben Jones, kind of underrated. Versatile guard, can really, really get after it in the defensive end. So you've got Jones and Donaldson that can really guard, and then you've got some skilled guys up front. So I like this group. He's obviously still got to add a couple more guys. He got Scottie Pippen's younger son, a fairly highly recruited guard. He also got another guard who had committed to him at FAU. So, he's starting to put a team together.
Yeah, I still think he needs another big physical body, maybe someone that can kind of protect the rim a little bit better than Danny Wolf. But I do like the way that
he's going to get that. Wait, Rob, can I give you a little bit of a heads up here?
Oh, I know.
I believe he's going to get a big guy who played for him and was a key piece for them in Boca Raton. So I think, again, Vlad Golden, it would surprise me if Vlad Golden does not end up in Ann Arbor.
Yeah, so he needs to get that piece, I think, to be able to kind of bring everything else together. But I do like the way that the roster is kind of filling out. What do you make of Roddy Gale's commitment? Because the one thing that I have found interesting, especially over the weekend, is some of the transfers that have gone from one program to their arch nemesis, to their biggest rival. Roddy Gale going from Ohio State to Michigan. Aiden Holloway going from from Auburn to Alabama. I think Roddy Gale is a guy that throughout much of last season, he put up the numbers, but are you buying him as a potential all Big Ten caliber guy? Because if you just look at the stats, he's a guy that can put up numbers that'll get you in that conversation.
I don't know if any of these guys are going to be all, first team all Big Ten guys, but I think if you have 3 or 4 guys that are, second team, third team all Big Ten guys, Roddy Gale's a proven scorer. That's what, again, if you're putting this team together, you got to have some shooters. You got to have some guys that get after it in the defensive end. You got to have a guy down low, and they may have 2 in Danny Wolf and Vlad Golden that you can throw the ball to. I think Roddy Gale, and then you add one more, to me, probably they'll add one more transfer, and that might be Golden. They might add one more after that, is what I'm saying. I think they'll get Golden and one more transfer. And then you're in business. Again, listen, nobody's expecting Michigan to make a deep tournament run this year. But if they get to the tournament and they get momentum, which is half the battle these days, and get NIL, which they have, then they're in the equation. They're back relevant again, where they really haven't been that way for at least a year.
What about Nelly Davis? You mentioned Vlad Golden as one of the guys from FAU potentially transferring to Michigan. We saw Elijah Martin commit to Florida over the weekend as well. Is there a chance that Nelly Davis could follow Dusty to Michigan?
No, I don't see it. Everything I've been told is, and the hard part is some of these places, and I'm not saying this was part of the problem at Michigan, obviously with transfer admissions. Some of these places, it's really hard to get kids in after their junior year. Like the Vandys, the Michigans, like high academic institutions, they don't want to necessarily take a kid for 1 year. into their school. I don't think Nelly Davis follows Dusty May. I think Nelly Davis right now has his mind set on going to the NBA if he can. And then if that doesn't work and he can't get at least a two-way, and I still think maybe I'm crazy. Listen, you can give me your thoughts on this one. I think, let me finish my sentence and then you can give me your thoughts on Nelly Davis to the NBA. But I would say to me, like Arkansas would be the favorite there right now for Nelly Davis if he doesn't decide to go to the NBA and he withdraws. But I just have a hard time, Rob, and tell me if I'm wrong when you watch him. I just see him as a great second unit scorer in the NBA. He's got length. He can go create a bucket. He is tough. He'll rebound. Like, I think he's perfect, like in the 30s or 40s in the second round of the NBA draft.
Thanks for watching the Field of 68 After Dark. Make sure to hit that like button.